Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Garage Gym Experiment podcast. My name is Adam, that's Jake, and you know it. We're back again for another great episode. On tonight's episode, Jake did his garage gym tips, and I came up with a few basement gym tips that are specific to the basement. I'll go over those. Then with some new products from PRX and Titan, HomeGymCon update, 5,000 and 10,000 home gym builds from ChatGPT. If you remember, Jake and I did these builds from, not ChatGPT. So we're going to see what the computer has to say about building those gyms out. We have a stall mat and strength sport survey results. And then I'm building my parents a home gym. And so I'm going to take you through how I did that. So let's start this off with those basement gym setup tips. All right, Jake took us through some garage gym setup tips, and a lot of them worked for both basement and garage gyms, some very specific to the garage gym. So I thought of some that were specific to the basement gym as well. And some of these are kind of, whatever. If you have a basement gym, it makes sense. And if you don't, you're just going to kind of shrug it off like, okay, that's nothing. But this is what it's like in the basement world. So the use of floorboard space. A lot of us in the basement don't have finished ceilings. So if that's you have some space in between your floorboards. I know myself and people like the No Wine Cellar, Keith, we have some floorboard space up there. So using that space can really help store things. So I like to hang my Olympic rings up there so they're not dangling in my face all the time. I've seen people even store barbells in between their floorboards up there. I've seen cable attachments. I've seen collars, really anything small. You can just put a hook up there and store in between the floorboard space. It also turns into lifting space if you have short ceilings like myself. I used to have a cambered bar, which I do overhead presses with. Didn't love that. So then for a while I was pressing in between floorboards. Now I just basically do seated presses, but I still use lifting with my floorboard space. And I have to be careful where I put my pull-up bars, because as I do pull-ups, my head is going to go into my floorboard space above. Also, when I had the True Form treadmill, that thing sits about 11 inches off the ground. I'm 6'2"-ish. I used to be 6'3". I think I'm shrinking. So my head would actually run in between the floorboards. Sounds like claustrophobic, but it really wasn't that bad. But just some interesting ways you can use those floorboard space. You're not true 7-foot ceilings. You actually have those are like 10 inches up there. So a little extra space, use it. Mostly just for storage, but some lifting as well. Also, like I said, you're not true 7-foot ceilings like in my basement or, however your ceilings are. I was able to fit some pretty large pieces. We went over my home gym walkthrough in the last episode, and my favorite piece is my commercial lat pull down. I bought it and brought it in, and boy, did I sweat this one out. I can't even fit a pinky in between the top of my floorboards and the top of the machine. So it fits in between my floorboards. And it ended up working well, but it was, as tight as it gets. So use that space, because we're limited on vertical space. Also, equipment choices, as I'm talking about that piece, a lot of people aren't going to bring selectorized pieces of equipment down into the basement unless you really love it. So I would say using plate-loaded pieces in the basement is, it makes it a lot easier bringing pieces down. So if you really love something and it's selectorized and weighs like a couple thousand pounds, like it's worth it. But if not, if you think you're going to be getting rid of it soon or you want to test something out, plate loaded might be the way to go. I had a great piece of equipment, couldn't get it down into my basement space, and I ended up selling it. It was a selectorized preacher curl. It was a commercial one. I think it was Cybex or something. It was awesome. I kept it for a while. It lived in my garage, but it not being in the same space as the rest of my gym, I ended up selling it. So when you're buying pieces of equipment, make sure it can fit through your doors or around tight corners, bringing it down into the gym. This one didn't come apart. And so, unless I, hacked it off and then welded it back together, it wasn't coming down. So that was something I had to say goodbye to. I ended up doubling my money on it. It was a good deal. I bought it for $3, sold it for $6. But I really wish I could have kept it. I really wish I could have brought it in the basement with me. Basements can kind of look like dungeons. I used to lift with a single twist in pull string light, and really didn't appreciate good lighting until I got it. And so having some specific lighting solutions for your basement is really going to make it a space that you're going to want to spend more time in. Once my basement got more lighting and more comfortable, it became a place that I didn't just like lift in and leave. It became a hangout for me. And so having some good lighting in your basement, it's really going to make your space more usable, I'll say. And the last thing, basements usually come with HVACs. They come with your vents for your HVACs. They come with, your electric panels, your water heaters, all that stuff. Covering up those eyesores is something I'm in the middle of. But as you do, again, your space becomes more inviting. Sounds like a small thing, but it really goes a long way to either cover that space up or use it as part of your gym. If you're seeing this on YouTube, you can check out the pictures. Keith at the No Wine Cellar, I love this idea that he did. He's been doing this for a while, but he buys those magnet picture holders, like your standard picture that you print, slides it into a magnet thing, and his entire ventilation for his HVAC is covered with his gym friends. So when he goes to the Arnold, snaps a picture, it throws it up there, and it makes his gym look so much better than just like your HVAC running through the space. So those are some specific basement gym setup tips. And again, if you don't live in a basement, you might shrug your shoulders at a lot of those. But if you are lifting in the basement, maybe some of those made sense.
That makes sense. It's a good point about not being able to bring down everything. So that's definitely something you have to think about with the purchase. I do remember that.
Did you ever use it?
No, but I do remember you being really pumped about it.
I loved it.
Yeah. And I think you thought you were just going to keep it, but it was just, you just didn't use it much. Or what?
I used it on bicep days, but it would have to be something I did at the very end. It's not like I was going to run upstairs, go in my garage, hit 3 sets of 10 by myself in my dirty garage that's not set up for the gym, and then run back down and finish my workout. And so, yeah, like if it's the last thing and I'm tight on time, that's the thing I'm going to skip. I miss it though.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I think there were, you mentioned that we had some similarities, but I do think these were enough differentiators to kind of make a new section or segment as well. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to just a couple new products over the last week and a half or so. So number one, twist lock barbell collars from Titan. So if you've listened to this podcast, I've kind of praised the first option from Titan as kind of my go-to collars. They are like $69.99 though, and definitely not something you need, and are just kind of a little bit pricey for most people, I'm guessing. So Titan made a $20 cheaper option that is made primarily of plastic. So I'm guessing they thought those out pretty well and made sure it was a strong plastic and it should last a while. But so I haven't tested these out, but I think these are probably pretty solid option. The J-Caps from PRX are new as well. So these are fully protected with injection molded plastic. So I think the big question here is how strong is that plastic? And then also I think some people had some questions about the overall depth of that J-Cup. They were saying it's a little bit too long, which means it's a little bit too much. You needed to lift and push or pull out a little bit more than maybe some people wanted. But I do think that this is a cool idea from PRX if the protection is strong enough. So yeah. Quick HomeGymCon update. We are at 99 vendors or exhibitors. We've been kind of stuck there for like 5 or 6 days, I think. So I really thought we were going to get to 99 and someone was going to be like, oh, I'll be number 100. But that has not happened. So we'll see who 100 is.
kind of feel like whoever's in number 100 is going to get like a little spotlight on them. Like, this company is number 100. So if you're on the fence, maybe it's time to jump in. Oh, hey, can I call this out real quick? We have the coolest water receptacles right now. Hold up what you're drinking out of. A mason jar. Dude, check this out. It's a Kool-Aid container.
I'm always drinking out of these.
Oh, really? This has been my go-to lately because I don't like refilling my bottle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are pretty big, so I usually
Right.
just
You
like
need something big.
You do
Yes.
need something big, yes.
And not like a Stanley or something, you know, like the cup.
Yeah, too big.
Yeah.
I also don't love drinking out of plastic anymore. I've heard just too much.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe I'll get a glass Kool-Aid container next time.
I'm so health conscious.
Crunchy, man.
But yeah, back to the I thought so too. I thought like 99 we're going to get 100. So, but it didn't happen. I did get a pretty much yes from a company.
Pretty much yes.
A pretty much yes, but they haven't
like
sent
that.
an official email. I thought I was going to get an official email, but still haven't. So, and it's a company that everybody knows. So,
Sweet.
yeah.
Well, you know, YouTube folks out there, if you've been on the content train, we did get some nice little publicity as the Massonomics folks went out and chatted with Juji at his dream gym out there. And yeah, Massonomics boys said how it's the place to be, and Juji's excited to come out. So that was kind of cool.
That was very cool. Yeah. Thank you, Massonomics, for putting in the good word.
Yes.
All right.
That shout out brought to you by the Massonomics Drink Spotter. You can get yours at massonomics.com/shop. Just kidding. You gotta get yours real quick.
I've got a few around somewhere, but
Yeah.
Next up. All right. So as Adam mentioned, a few of our recent podcasts, we have both built out $5,000 home gyms and $10,000 home gyms within 200 square feet. So next up, I asked ChatGPT. I just asked a very simple question. I just said, how would you build a home gym with a $5,000 budget and then $10,000 budget in 200 square feet? And honestly, the list isn't bad. It's not too bad. So I'll go over the 200 square feet option. There's a lot of rogue. I'll go over the $5,000 square feet build first.
$5,000, 200 square foot.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So they went with a Rogue Monster Light fold back wall mount, the Rep AB 3100 adjustable bench, Rogue Ohio Bar Cerakote specifically, a 260-pound set of Rogue Echo bumper plates. For the adjustable dumbbells, they went Bowflex Select-Tech 5 through 52 adjustable dumbbells. Got a few Onnit kettlebells, some resistance bands from Sirius Steel Fitness, Rogue crash mats. So the ab mat product with the Rogue brand, they went specifically with those. They also went with the PRX Performance squat blocks. That sounded off, so I did a quick search on the PRX website, and they don't sell squat blocks. So, but yeah, they went with some squat blocks. They also went with the Rogue P3 pulley system. There's no P3 pulley system. There is a pull-up bar. So yeah, they kind of, and then
Artificial intelligence, my ass.
Artificial intelligence. They also went with some like puzzle mats from Amazon or the Balance Form. They did a Rogue Matador dip attachment, Rogue Fitness SR1 speed rope, and then a cap, barbell, weight plate, and barbell storage. So, and I also didn't price check it, but it seems like it's probably right around 5,000.
That was my thing as you were going through it. I was like, that seems like it's way more than 5,000.
So,
especially for the things that haven't even come out yet.
There was a section where they explained the price. I didn't add it here, but I think some of the prices were a little off. Like some of the prices were a little cheaper than what they actually were. I think they had like for example, the Rogue wall mount rack was like $675 versus like $725. So I think there were a few things like that, and they also didn't take into consideration shipping and taxes, but I don't think we did either. Or we took into consideration shipping, I think, but not the taxes. And then they also kind of like described how much space each one would take up and explain why it worked within the amount of space required. The one thing you can see at the bottom is wall-mounted pulley system. So saves floor space while providing extra functionality. As we discussed, there is no wall-mounted pulley system. I think they messed up with the pull-up bar. Other than that, the rationale is pretty good as far as like how much space each thing took up. And then I asked ChatGPT to make a picture of this setup, and this is what they did. So it's kind of a cool picture. The rack's not wall mounted. There's like some weird bars on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are.
A sick poster though. I want that poster in my gym.
They also didn't do adjustable dumbbells. They pictured just traditional, looks like urethane dumbbells. They added the deadlift platform, so they didn't really do a good job of matching at all. There's like 8 wall balls. I think there's rope fin. Do you see this? I didn't even look really well at the rope fitness, and then I think I see rep in the back.
Yeah, I see rep. Rep, you got a little wood sign back there. That's good. Some medicine balls. I'm trying to see what's under the dumbbell rack.
Those just look like more medicine balls.
Back left.
Oh.
What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay.
I don't know. All right, let's go on to the $10,000 200 square foot home gym build. So again, not like a terrible list, and a few like pretty solid choices. So number 1, they upgraded from the wall mount to the Rogue Monster Light 6-post power rack, so 690C power rack. They went with the Rogue. Sorry, I was getting a pop-up. They went with the Rogue adjustable bench 3.0. So solid. I think that's actually what you picked the Man Ray, but pretty close. Rogue Ohio Power Bar. Not sure why they switched up from the Ohio Bar to the Ohio Power Bar, but they did. They went with some Power Block adjustable dumbbells. Smart thinking, I think. Knowing you can adjust the stages and at different weights. For kettlebells, instead of on it, they went with a 35, 53, and 70 pound set from Kettlebell Kings, a Rogue deadlift platform, an Inspire Fitness FTX functional trainer. So you got the rack, functional trainer, and now the Rogue Monster Rhino belt squat. Rogue bands, Rogue plate carrier, RPM jump rope 4.0, Rogue rubber gym flooring. So I will comment that in the price description of everything, they said that the gym flooring only costs $300. So I think
sweet. Yes.
Which is a better price than stall mats. So that's off. That would definitely be like probably 4 or 5 times higher. They went with the Rogue plate tree as opposed to the Amazon one or the Cap one, and then they added a foam roller. So, I think good choices for like a power rack.
They did the same thing I did. So the first one they put plates on there. They didn't put plates on this one. But I'll give it to them because I didn't put plates on my list either.
They didn't put plates on this. Yeah, good call. Unless I missed it, I don't think I missed anything. So yeah.
It's a pretty good gym though.
Not a bad gym. Let's see, rationale.
Love that rhino.
Yeah, the rhino. When I saw the rhino, I was like, whoa, that ChatGPT.
Knows their stuff.
Yeah, don't let Brian Hennessy find out. All right, let's see. Yeah. And then the picture reveal. Let's see what we got here. Lots of dumbbells, no power blocks. And you see like the
what is that? What? Those are dumbbells?
I don't know what those are.
Yes, they are. That's a sweet wall rack there.
That is a sweet wall rack.
Power fitness.
You see, like, it says at the top, Rogue
Monster
Light.
Do you see how Monster Light spelled? The goofy handwriting. Again, what is that thing in the back left? What is that supposed to be?
I don't know. Look how the rings are hanging.
Yes. More dumbbells under the window, I think.
What's this sign say? It says power?
The Power Fitness with one S.
No, I think it's ROWGEE fitness. I think they're spelled rogue wrong again. I don't know.
Awesome. Single plate on the left of one steel plate in the entire gym. It's just laying there. Looks like
Rogue
back
deadlift.
left is like a stack of bumper plates, but then back right is like what could be a stack of bumper plates or maybe just a trash can.
Yeah. Or is that the foam roller?
That might be the foam roller.
I also like the rogue painted on the wall.
Yeah. I got some vinyl on my walls. Yeah, I get it. Sweet.
Not
and
bad.
wait, one more thing. It's my favorite. What are the those kettlebells on the right of the wall? What are they sitting on? The trim? They're like in the wall. Oh, that's awesome. Just dent the wall, and that's my favorite. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's a good product idea.
Black
Home gym
kettlebells.
base storage. Oh, nice.
Stupid machines.
All right. Cool. Let's do some survey
That was
data. So we asked on an Instagram post, actually, are horse stall mats still the best flooring option for most home gyms? 88% voted yes. Basically just saying can't beat the price and value. And then a reminder about a poll that we did a few weeks ago. So we asked which strength sport interests you most, and then the possible answers were either hybrid, powerlifting, bodybuilding, or strongman. Hybrid won this one easily with 55% of the votes. Powerlifting and bodybuilding were very close, right around 20% each, and then strongman had 5%. So one issue with this is it leaves out quite a bit of strength sports, and I was just kind of thinking, what's a better way to ask about more stuff? So we just went one by one, asked what is your level of interest in each of these strength sports. We went all the way from bodybuilding and powerlifting and strongman down to mace training and arm wrestling and high rocks and grip strength. So all of the answers are on the screen, whether you are watching on YouTube or Spotify. There will also be a blog posted, so I'm not going to go over every single result, but powerlifting and bodybuilding were the most popular, with bodybuilding being the very most popular. So 34% voted high interest in bodybuilding, 41% medium, 23% low, and only 1.56% voting neutral. Powerlifting was a little bit lower in just about everything, in terms of a grade, a higher grade, I would say. And strongman kind of came in number 3. Right behind that was Olympic weightlifting, and then right behind that was CrossFit. But powerlifting and bodybuilding were at least 2 to 3 times more interest than any of those. We also get down to Most of the options had less than 5% high interest. So ultra running, kettlebell sport, Highland games, grip strength, high rocks, mace training, and arm wrestling. So all below 5%. Saw mace training had a pretty high medium score, so maybe there's a decent amount who are kind of interested in the potential for mace training. Ultra running, while it had the most high interest of the bottom of those that were under 5%, had the most low interest votes, so 82%. And then High Rocks actually had the most neutral. So I'm wondering if that's because people didn't know what it was, or if the verdict's still out. So pretty interesting data. I think to like sum it up, I think based off of like the hybrid votes from the poll last week in combination with like the bodybuilding and powerlifting, it kind of means that like most people, I'm kind of thinking most people don't have a specific strength sport that they are specifically training for. It's more of like the bodybuilding like want to look good kind of idea, and then the powerlifting want to be strong. So you want to look good, be strong, be an athlete, etc.
Yeah. Or you want to be fit, but you don't do CrossFit, and you don't do like long runs. You know, you go out for runs and then you do some lifting. That's hybridish.
Right. So, yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. I think the biggest thing that I took was like, out of all of these, the most high percentage, most votes with high interest was only 34%. So there's nothing that's just like everybody's doing. And then lastly,
yeah, it's me again. Hey, so this is a true story. I was building my parents, who are both in their 60s, a basement gym. We recently redid their basement. I went over there. I put in some hardwood floors, and we did carpet on the other side. It's all like newly done. And my mom started going to a personal trainer and has shared that she wouldn't mind having some stuff at home. And so I told her I could get her a decent setup. She had some wants on there, and I told her budget, like she didn't want to spend a bunch of money. So I said we can get all that stuff for under $750 if we use the used marketplace, and we're just really selective. So what we wanted were some adjustable dumbbells up to about 50 pounds. My dad will be working out down there too. She wanted one of those ballet bars, those wood bars, so she can like grab onto while she like squats and does like different movements like that. We wanted an adjustable bench and some Olympic rings. They already have a treadmill. And so in my mind, this is kind of the selfish reason. When I go over there, it's kind of like you have like a little hotel gym already waiting for you. And so was on the used marketplace, found some power blocks down near Jake. And that's when he reached out to me today and said, hey, today's Prime Day. And he sent me the link for the same power blocks that I had agreed to purchase from this lady. Sorry, lady, if you're listening. And they were $25 less brand new on Prime Day. So I ended up doing the entire gym on Prime Day. And we'll just chat about it real quick. So the first thing I grabbed were those power blocks. It's the 5 to 50 pound set. They were at $299, and they do have the capability of getting the add-on weights to get you up to like 90 pound dumbbells, I believe. I grabbed some Olympic rings, just some real generic, like Amazon's top pick ones. They didn't need to be anything special. Cool thing with these, it uses a carabiner, and then it's got the numbers going up. So it's really easy to set both of them at the same length. When it came to an adjustable bench, I thought for sure I was going to go with the Crandall Fitness adjustable bench. I think it's called the Adjustable Bench 3 at this point. Just because I've heard good things. It has vertical storage. They want something that stores vertically. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll go with the updated Rep 3000, AB 3000 like I have. But then when I was searching, just trying to get everything on Prime Day, Major Ludi, who is now Major Fitness, had a bench, and it uses kind of that same, stair stepper on the back adjustments. It looks beefier than like your typical Flybird or cheaper benches at $239. I thought the worst case scenario, you could always send it back. It's Prime, and I'll be able to share how it turns out. So kind of like using it for I thought it was a good cheap choice for how it looked, and B, I'll be able to share with everyone if it is a decent enough bench. And for my parents, I think it's going to be just fine, who are just, going to have some dumbbells on there to maybe do a couple pressing movements, not much. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll share back out with all of you. And then just one of those wood ballet bars, I guess you call them, 4.5 feet. It was on there for $45. Anyway, Prime Day, ordered it today. Everything on there was $617.92. It ended up being $661 after tax. And I think that's going to be a good setup even when I'm in town, just to get a little fitness in when I'm away from my gym. Jake, what are your thoughts on this setup for two 60-year-old folks in their basement?
I think it's pretty solid. I didn't think I would ever say that a major fitness adjustable bench would be something I'd recommend, but I think the sale price and the fact that maybe some of the other options in this price range, like the AB3000, might be a little heavy for your parents as well. I think this
is going to be $100 extra. And correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like a bench I've seen before from other imported companies. And we do know how that works. Sometimes those companies that make equipment for other companies will reach out and say, hey, we have a bench design. Would you like it? They'll slap a new label on there, and then they'll start to sell them. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it looks like a solid bench. It really does for like $240.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. And then I think this is a nice start. And if they want to continue to build out, they can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get there, set it up. Hopefully they use it. And if they don't, when I'm there, I'll use it. So
those power blocks for the Prime deal. I don't think I'd love any of this if they weren't on sale.
Correct. I agree.
Like if you had to go full price power blocks, full price major adjustable bench, but
yeah, I think full price we're talking $400 for the power blocks. I think we're at
$450, I think.
Okay, $50 for the rings. I think full price even for that major bench is like $260, $270. I mean, full price if it was not Prime Day, you're going from $617 easily up $800, probably a little north of that. So
yeah. All right, and then we did get a couple Q&A questions. So
I saw that. Yeah.
So number one is for you, Adam.
Oh,
you
good.
Ready?
I'm ready.
When did your muscles get so small? I'm just kidding. No one asked that. All right, we only had one question. But I'll leave it up, and hopefully we get some more, and we'll answer them next week. So money is Coach Carp, 76. Money is no object. What's the next piece you want to be adding to your home gym?
I got two. I'll let Jake think for a minute.
I think I have one. I would say I would love to, this is money no object, fitting into my current home gym. I would love to just be able to spend $1,000 at JD Gym Equipped.
Oh,
and get a bunch of attachments from there, or
like
Mutant
that.
Metals. It's not, maybe someone from one of those
small
options.
batch, really well done.
Because I already have a full gym, but I am kind of I'll start piecing together. I would like to upgrade a few things, if in a perfect world. But I think if I was to keep my home gym, I think go with some premium attachments from someone like that.
I like it. If this were yesterday morning, I would say I would go with the Rep Tower, the Adonis with the Pegasus seat. That's what I would say if this was yesterday morning. But I had a death in my home gym equipment family, Jake.
Oh, no.
The treadmill went out on me.
The soul?
The soul went out on me. Listen, I'm going to fire it up again today, but I was going on a run last night, and it shut off on me mid-run. I almost face planted on the damn thing. E7, which is like speed control something or other. I was like, okay. Powered it back up, was going, knocked out on me again 6 minutes in. I was like, oh no. And may I give the audience some background here? This is the worst timing ever. Okay, so I have a 24-hour ultra marathon in, today's the 8th, in 11 days. Okay, this is my last chance to absolutely beat the tar out of my legs before I go into my deload week. My wife is out of town, so I have the kids. There is no running outside the house unless I want to pay $15 an hour for a babysitter to come and sit and watch TV while they sleep. So I thought I'd just be on the treadmill like all these nights, and it busted on me. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm already well undertrained for this race, so it's already going to be a shit show. This was exactly what I deserved for the way I went about training for this. So if you want to watch an epic failure, maybe I'll post some stories like mid-race. I'll have plenty of time as I'm trudging along. But
whoa, can't believe that went out. That's not that old.
Oh, okay. So what I would buy today would be a Woodway, not the manual, the electric treadmill, the Woodway one.
I didn't even know they had that.
Oh, dude, they are sweet. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
You look them up. They're awesome. I think they're like $5,000. Dr. Tatty Waffles. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's got a Woodway. It's awesome. But and they had them when Purdue redid their rec, my like final semester of school. They had them there too. They're sweet. So
nice.
Yeah. We'll see what I can do warranty wise and what I can do just tinkering myself, but I have little hope. Anyway.
All right. Anyways,
send your questions. I think the questions got on there about an hour before we started recording, but I think it'd be fun to do some more questions. So
it would be fun if we could get this rolling every week. Yeah.
Be great. Cool. All right. Is that it, Jake?
That's it.
All right. I butchered the last one, but I have my script here, so I can just start reading. All right. That's going to do it for us. If you like tonight's episode, be sure to keep your eye out for new episode releases wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to follow Knurled News. Not subscribed yet? What's the matter with you? Click on the link below and sign up for more home gym content. Guys, we have... clicking back over here. Next summer, HomeGymCon 3, Louisville, Louisville. We're looking for that 100th vendor. We've got the floor map coming together, the strength sports coming together. Make sure you check out homegymcon.com or follow HomeGymCon on the socials. We want to see you out there. Jake, anything else left for the listeners? All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time. Bye.